They been cramping my style all week. Craving chocolate treats, checking pants, checking seeds, sipping herbal tea, and fight for menstrual equity. Sheesh, man, I kick cramps ass. 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 You're now tuned in to the Kick Cramps Ass podcast with your host, Whitney Walker, advocating for menstrual equity, period poverty, and womb wellness. New episodes on Menstruation Mondays.
As podcast, where I'm your host, Brittany Walker. You made it to season 2, episode 10, where we're going to be talking about menstrual blood art and womb manifestations. You know, it is Monday, so happy Menstruation Monday. May, we're going to be celebrating all month long Menstruation Month. It's also Women's Health Month. And then on the 28th of this month, it is Menstrual Hygiene Day. All right, guys. So we're so excited about this episode. We're going to be bringing on our guest in just a moment. We do have Whitney Jones with the Sacred Womb Connections. So, you know, it's Monday, May 13, 2024. And we always like to kick off each episode with the I Am Power Statement. I representing inspiration, A representing affirmation, and M representing manifestation. And today's I Am Power Statement is, I am open to learning more about the power of the womb and how my blood and movement can activate divine femininity. Ashe. So there it is. You know, we also like to give a quote of the day. So for today, the higher your energy level, the more efficient your body. The more efficient your body, the more better you feel, and the more you will use your talent to produce outstanding results. And that's by Anthony Robbins. All right, guys. Now, you know, we always like to have our tea of the day. You know, we have our cramp elixir located inside of our KCA store. So we'll be right back. We're going to have a quick commercial break and we'll see you in just a moment. Have you tried our bestseller, the Cramp Elixir? It's our herbal tea blend designed to reduce and eliminate menstrual cramps, PMS symptoms, and other uterine health issues that are hindering your day-to-day progress. Our elixir may decrease inflammation, reduce stress and anxiety, regulate blood flow, balance your mood, and it can kick cramps ass. It includes a variety of herbs including hibiscus, red raspberry leaf, calendula, motherwort, ashwagandha, plus more. Head over to kickcrampsass.org and grab yours today. Now, back to the show. All right, welcome back, everybody. We are so excited about today's episode. And today we have Whitney Jones from the Sacred Womb Connections. Her pronouns are her and she. Now, Whitney is a womb wisdom and healing guide, so she works with women to provide a healthy and meaningful relationship with their wombs. She also teaches menstrual cycle awareness and education. Her company, Sacred Womb Connections, aims to inspire, educate, and uplift women as they journey home to their wisdom of their wombs. Can you, everybody, please welcome Whitney Jones to our podcast. Hello, Whitney.
Hi, thank you so much. I'm so thrilled to be here.
It is such an honor to have you. We love everything that you do. We have been following you a little over a year now, so we're definitely going to get in today's episode so everybody can learn more about what you do and your business. So can you please let us know, what is Sacred Womb Connections and what's your mission?
Yeah, so Sacred Womb Connection is something I started, like you said, just about over a year ago now. And my goal with starting this company was just to help women to come into relationship with their womb, come into the sacred center that, like you said in the beginning, those quotes that you just read, I mean, were just so powerful about how you feel inside. Like our womb is such a powerful center of our body as women and people with wombs. Like it dictates so much physical, emotional, spiritual well-being, everything. So yeah, I really started the company so that I could share that information with women, uplift women, and try to combat some of the shame and stigma that is around the just natural physiology of our wombs and our cycles. So, yeah.
We love, love, love that. And I'm going to speak for the world. We are grateful for you because we need more educators, we
Yes.
need more healers. And the
Mhm.
fact that you're focusing on the woman, I have said before, God is woman. We're powerful. We have
Mhm.
to tap into that goddess energy. And I just love that you're advocating for that. So tell us about what products and services that you offer through the Sacred Room Connections.
Yeah. So, in terms of services, I work with women one on one along their healing journey. I work with a lot of women who have issues with their wombs. That's usually how people usually come into contact with their wombs at first, is they're having either pain or irregular cycles or things like that. So that's usually how they sort of find me. And then we work together to really create lifestyle habits and sort of shift into a more womb centered way of living, because our society is set up to live sort of more of a linear patriarchal kind of a lifestyle, and women's bodies usually just are not well suited to that. Our wombs need attention and care and love. So I work with women one on one to sort of cultivate that kind of relationship where they are in connection with their womb and the creativity, the power, all the things that come along with womb centered living. So that's some of the services, and then the products that I offer are right in line with that. I offer crystal yoni wands, so those can be really instrumental along the healing journey to get in touch with our wombs, to get in touch with our pleasure capacity, and to heal. The yoni itself can hold a lot of trauma. A lot of stuff gets just sort of pushed down, and it lands right there in our pelvis, in our yoni. So yeah, the crystal yoni wands, and I also sell crystal yoni eggs, which are also really helpful along the healing journey in the same sort of way. And it's really natural based products that are earth based. So it's us reconnecting that sacred precious center back to the earth with the wands and the eggs. And I also offer digital art all surrounding the yoni and the womb. And then I have a womb healing and feminine reclamation guidebook that I also offer to women to sort of be a companion along their journey.
That is so beautiful. All those products and services. I'm like, yes, 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 we need something. I wanted to touch back on with the Yanni. I
Mhm.
have beat into my clients' heads about the importance of Yanni trauma.
Mhm.
If whether that was, maybe sexual trauma that you might have experienced,
Mhm.
maybe a bad relationship,
Mhm.
um, cleansing old energies that might still be lingering around, like these things are real. So I love
Mhm.
that you offer that. And something I want you to plug yourself on, I know that you have like yoga videos
Yes.
and
Oh
things
my
of that
gosh.
sort, so
Thank
please
you.
plug that on your YouTube channel,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes. I also have a YouTube channel. Thank you so much for reminding me. I do have a YouTube channel where I offer womb aware yoga. I also have some very lovely meditations on there, specifically for the time during menstruation, which I know can be a time for a little bit of issues that can come up there. So those are specifically targeted to the menstruation cycle. And then there's healing meditations, ones that are focused on connection. So there's a lot going on there too that I offer. So, and that's on my YouTube channel, same name, Sacred Womb Connection.
Absolutely. And we'll be sure to put her information in the description of this bio so you can follow all of her social media accounts.
Mhm.
And she talked about womb manifestations. You guys, we kick off each episode with the I am power statement, but we're going to talk about more about those womb manifestations a little further in the episode. So, may you please tell us more about why you advocate for womb healing and positive lifestyle habits? Like what influenced you? What was that positive impact that made you want to say, this is what I feel like my purpose is in this lifetime?
Yeah, well, I feel like the purpose sort of found me and is taking me for a ride and guiding me, which is so beautiful to be on this path. Um, and I want the same for all women. I know how powerful it is. So, like you said in the quote at the beginning, like how you feel in your body really can have a huge impact on how you can show up in life. And as women, we have usually a lot going on. We have families, we have careers, we have it all. We have a body that's very delicate and sensitive and needs care. So connecting with your womb just shifts everything. It puts you right in the seat of your feminine. And from there, you can blossom and just grow in ways that, for me, prior to, I could have never fathomed. My womb has just, connecting with my womb has taken me on a journey that I could have never imagined prior. So that's how I started, and it definitely has changed my lifestyle. And to care for your womb, it's not just like what products do you use when you menstruate or how it's a whole lifestyle change. It is how you show up in the world, it's how you take care of yourself throughout your entire cycle. And living as a cyclical being requires a lot of care and love and tenderness, and showing
Absolutely.
ourselves that. And when we start to show ourselves that, we can ground into that and then give from that place as women. So, yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
That was so powerful. Absolutely love. Let's go back to the yoga. I know we just mentioned the videos that you have. Tell us more about womb aware yoga, because we absolutely love yoga. It was something that I did back in like cheerleading days back in high school. And then after gaining a significant amount of weight and losing that, I use yoga and Pilates to tone, and it just gave me so much flexibility. It treated my wounds so nicely, and I fell in love with it to the point that I'm actually seeking a yoga certification, because I'm like, hey, this is such a beautiful practice. So tell us more about what made you get into yoga and how you connect that to being more aware with your womb.
Yeah. So I started doing yoga when I was a teenager, a long, long time ago. And I did it completely unaware of my womb, basically, for majority of my life now. And then
Mhm.
when I stumbled upon this womb healing path, I thought, oh my gosh, I can merge my two loves together, my love of
Yeah,
yoga and my love of womb connection and healing, and fuse
absolutely.
them into, and incorporate it into my teaching, because I was a yoga teacher prior, and I still am. But yeah, so I thought, let me combine these two. And especially because yoga historically and traditionally was developed based on a man's body. That's how it came to be.
Right.
So it's just putting a twist on it so that you're still connecting somatically to yourself, which is a great way because it's something tangible that people can get into. And then you're adding the element of the internal with your womb and all that that brings, and being aware of your womb and your pelvis as you move with intention and connect with your breath. It can be so powerful, especially because if you think about just connecting with your womb, sometimes it's too sort of mythological. You're like, how do I do it? I can't see my womb. Sometimes for a lot of women, the only thing they know about their womb is that it causes them pain. So it can be a negative relationship. So connecting with your womb while you're doing a physical practice can be so instrumental in establishing that initial connection, and then growing from there into the subtleties, into the more nuanced ways that you can connect with your womb that aren't physical.
Absolutely love
Mhm.
it. Love it. Guys, Whitney has given us so many gems today. I'm so excited about this episode. So, we're going to actually take a quick break, enjoy this commercial, and we'll be right back. Welcome to KidCrampsAs.org. Now, feel free to subscribe and get 15% off. By doing so, you're subscribing to our newsletter and you receive the latest news, resources, and updates. We appreciate you for connecting with us, so we want to get you with 15% off on your first order. So go ahead and leave your first name, your last name, and your email address, and you'll have this 50% off coupon that you can use towards your first order. Now, back to the show. Okay, welcome back, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed that commercial. So, Whitney, we would like to know more about your menstrual blood art.
Mhm.
It is something that I stumbled upon, and I'm going to be completely honest. Me, 4, 5, 10, 15 years ago, completely low vibrational, completely would have been like, ugh, like, girl, why are you touching your menstrual blood? But of
Mhm.
course, with learning knowledge, acquiring more details behind it. And then being a nutritionist, I'm like, okay, you're a licensed nutritionist. You know, your blood has all that iron, that potassium, that magnesium, that phosphorus. Like, of course, it's packed with nutrients, right? So I definitely am so inspired about what you do and how you transform that blood, menstrual blood, into a work of art. So, what inspired you to begin this hobby?
Yeah, so I stumbled upon someone else. Her name is Jasmine Carter on Instagram a few years ago, and she was painting with her blood. And like you, I was like, oh my goodness, this is a lot. Like, I was already I was already in my womb healing journey. But even for me, I was like, okay, this is getting very up close and personal. Um, but then I tried it one day. I was meditating and I was like, okay, I'm just feeling called to try it. And so the first time I actually touched my blood with my hands, like intentionally, it was just so powerful. I just feel like it was just so, that moment was so transformational for me. And then I was just off and running, just creating art. I do the facials. I put it on my altar. I meditate with it. I mean, I do it all. So now I'm just so in love with it, and I have come to know the power of our menstrual blood through those practices. And I know, it's a journey, so it's not for everyone right away. It's not for everyone, even maybe in their lifetime. But for me, it has been just to reclaim that relationship after many years of, like many women, um, having a stigma and taboo and like, oh, it's
Right.
dirty and messy and something just to be discarded. To have reclaimed that now, at this time, has just been so powerful for me.
I love that. Well, first of all, I'm going to say your skin looks flawless.
Thank
Okay.
you.
That melanin is glowing, honey. Yes. Go get some sunlight and activate that vitamin D and that neuromelanin. Yes,
Mhm.
but the first time I heard about menstrual blood, it wasn't actually through art. It was a facial. I stumbled up on a yogi. Actually, she calls herself a boho yogi. That was in Hollywood several years ago, and supposedly in California, there's a famous facial called like the vampire facial, where they use blood to like infuse back into your skin. And she was like, no, your body has all the nutrients you need. Think about the same thing with breastfeeding. You're giving your child all the nutrients from your body. So why wouldn't those same nutrients be in your blood? So she was using a Diva cup at the time. Now she uses a disc, but would catch it and like put it on her face. And people used to like ridicule her for it because she had like really, really bad acne. And now like everybody's trying to hop on because her skin is amazing. And like you said, it's just about shifting your mind and realizing that it's not the stigma, it's not the taboo of, ooh, menstrual cycles are so nasty, they're so dirty. No, it's very empowering for us. We were given this menstruation cycle. All four of those cycles were very important in our life. So love, love, love that you do that. So moving forward, do you have a regimen or like a ritual that you do to prepare for your menstrual cycle? I know most menstrual educators were like, okay, we're coming out of our luteal phase. Okay, it's ovulation phase. I'm going to do this type of exercise. I have energy to do this. Oh, I'm lethargic, so I'm going to rest. So do you have something that you prepare yourself for leading up to the actual menstrual cycle? Because I think people get it confused that menstruation is one thing and then your menstrual cycle and your period is just a portion of your actual menstruation. So what do you do to prepare for that?
Yeah, for menstruation itself, you mean?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yes, I have a whole routine, and I have had this for many, many years now. I treat my menstrual cycle like as if I am going into hibernation, like a nice little cocoon. So I like to prepare my room. I do laundry before, I cook meals before, I meal prep. Like I'm just treating myself like I am the queen of the castle and I need to rest. That's what I'm treating myself like. So I do all that. I have a special little table that I put beside my bed. I get out my jar to collect my blood. I, yeah, I do it all. And then I just rest once my bleed comes on. I like to just rest and try to rest as much as I can and read and just lounge in my feminine goddess energy. It's just so powerful to bleed that way and to really feel your womb during that time with intention. Is so beautiful. It's such a beautiful, I don't know. I don't have a favorite phase because I love them all, but menstruation is so special.
Absolutely. I think
Mhm.
it's so important that we as menstruators, and all of us that menstruate, because of course women just don't menstruate, we want to be mindful of if you're tracking your menstruation, if you're keeping up with what's going on, then you can thoroughly prepare for it.
Yep.
When symptoms kick in, you're like, why am I acting like this? Go look at that tracker. No, more than likely you're getting ready to start in the next few days. So just figuring out what works for you. Is it taking soaks? Like you said, is it go ahead and meal prepping and preparing yourself because you know that you're going to be rejuvenating yourself,
Mhm.
for a matter of time? Is it a certain tea that you like to drink? Do you like to go in nature and you need to absorb, some natural vitamin D? Go put your feet in water, whatever it is. I think it's just wise to come up with a regimen throughout the entire 28 days and not just the few days, five traditional 5 days that you're supposed to be on your cycle.
Yeah, I agree with that. And that's the importance of knowing your cycle so that you can, create
Correct.
space and know like, hey, I'm entering this phase. I need to treat myself with more tender care or,
Right.
different things for different bodies, but just to know your body is so important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then incorporating that regimen into your overall self-care routine as well, just making sure that you're pouring back into yourself. Because if you're not rejuvenating, how and giving yourself time to recalibrate, like how can you keep serving others if you're so drained yourself?
Exactly. And then it becomes a very beautiful way to live as well because you're on a cycle. Like you're in your cocooning and then you come into your follicular and you're feeling more energy and then it's ovulation time and back down to your little and it's like you're riding the waves of your body and it just becomes such a beautiful rhythm and a dance with yourself that you get to do over and over again.
Yes, yes, such a beautiful thing. So let's talk about, we mentioned earlier about womb manifestations.
Mhm.
I think that's how I originally stumbled upon your page. I saw, I was researching like a hashtag and I
Mhm.
stumbled upon your manifestation. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, yay! Like, yes, it is so important to manifest, and put action into it so that it can actually come into fruition. So, can we talk about what started you on sacred womb manifestations? Why do you do it, and the power behind it?
Yeah, so a few years ago, I just started writing womb affirmations or manifestations down. I have a whole book of them just for myself and just to connect with my womb in more of a loving way and a more of a positive way and a positive reinforcement for myself.
Hmm.
And then I just decided to start sharing it as a way to sort of combat some of the negativity that surrounds our wombs and particularly our blood. um, and then it really just resonated with people and with my community, and I just think it's just such a nice counterbalance or counteraction more so to what we're normally fed, about our wombs, and creating those new pathways to think more positively about our wombs and our blood and our ways of functioning and our physiology. Um, yeah, and then it can change your whole relationship. Like you said, like you can manifest all sorts of things, and just planting that initial seed verbally with yourself can grow into anything, once you put, like you said, action behind it,
Right.
away you go.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Absolutely. And if it's something that you cannot do every day, that's fine. But it's nothing wrong with starting a habit, maybe once a week. Then maybe
Hmm.
you pick it up a couple of times a week. And then before you know it, you might be doing it every single day. You might set a reminder in your phone and just a daily reminder, maybe as soon as you get up and you wake up for the day, have that divine rising, give yourself some power before you enter yourself into the world. And there's nothing wrong with that. So,
Yes.
based on your products that you offer, we would like to know more about you elaborating on crystal healing for the womb. As you can see, we're like crystalled out. We love crystals. They're all on our waist beads. Like I
Yes.
have them in my locks.
Hmm.
So let's talk about that. I know that's something that I get pushback on. Being a holistic practitioner, yes, I have a Master of Science in Nutrition Education. So I have those health professionals that are like, if there's not research, I don't believe it. And then being a person that I was able to reverse all of my own illnesses, work on myself, use myself as a case study, and work on other clients. I'm like, guys, we have to merge and take a little bit of science, but then also use what we have on Earth, what has been proven, years over years, ancient history. We have so much history behind crystals, and people are just like, oh, yeah, it's in your head. Like, it's not a real thing. So I just love the fact that you have products and use crystal healing in your work. So let's talk about that a bit.
Yeah. So I think the first thing to do with crystals, and especially in our sensitive center of our yoni, is that we are of the earth. That's what we are. And so to connect with the earth intentionally with products that are from the earth in that special and sacred place is so powerful and can be so healing because they do hold the properties of the earth and they connect with us, the different properties of various crystals. So it just depends what kind of crystals you're using. They all hold different sort of properties and they all resonate with people differently as well. So just because one crystal resonates with one person one way, it doesn't mean it's going to resonate with another person another way. So yeah, there's that. But definitely because it is of the earth and we're connecting it back to our yoni, it can be so healing, especially if you have used more synthetic products.
Right.
Yeah, that can be something that is just so powerful. Um, yeah, it's just something that I have found so helpful, and especially with the wands, with the yoni crystal wand that I offer. It is about exploring, and it's about learning your pleasure zones, your erotic map, things of that nature. And crystals are a beautiful way to do that, especially in such a sensitive area like our vaginas. Like,
Right.
we shouldn't just be putting anything in there. Um, it's a sacred center. That's what we like to think of it as. That's what we like to know it as. So we need to
Absolutely.
treat it accordingly. And yeah, the properties that are held within crystals, even after they're extracted from the earth, are still so potent and can still be so healing,
Right.
um, and instrumental in healing journeys. Yeah, I've known and worked with a lot of women who have healed very serious issues with their wombs working with different crystals that resonate with them.
Correct.
Hmm.
Correct. Um, Even going crystal shopping or mining and things of that sort. Because I love raw crystals. I'll have, a manufactured crystal. It could be a polished one every once in a while, but I like that raw. I didn't want it to go to no manufacturer. I didn't want y'all shaving it down, doing anything to it, getting yo all extra energy on it. Now I gotta sage it a whole other different type of way and cleanse it a whole different type of way. But I just love a really good raw crystal and one that's not the traditional. It's easy to get your hands on like amethyst,
Hmm.
rose quartz. Those are really easy to get your hands on.
Hmm.
But when I can find like a crystal dealer or a place where there's a crystal that I've never heard of, and then I'm like, what
Hmm.
does that do? And I'm like, that's why you can't find that on the internet that easily because they don't want you tapping in that
Yeah.
type of power, right?
Hmm.
So I just love that you incorporate crystal healing because it is really, really important. And when we just want to tap into African culture, crystals is very prominent in our healing and the history of our ancestors. So I just would love for more people of color, our black and brown brothers and sisters, to just resonate more on our history, and what comes from the earth and what really helps us to thrive as a melanated people.
Yes, I agree with that 100%, especially when it comes to ancestral ways of functioning and ways that they thrived. We can still utilize those today, and it's just
Absolutely.
about educating ourselves. So I agree with you 100%.
Absolutely. And
Mhm.
then we have had such an amazing conversation so far. We would definitely like to tap in and see, are there any last remarks or comments that you would like to share before we close out for the day?
I would just like to say that I am so thankful for you to hold this space for us today. And I would like to actually offer um, a discount to my Etsy store for my digital art and also my womb healing guidebook. So I'm offering 50% off to your listeners, and they can use the code podcast to access that.
We love, love, love that. Guys, we're going to definitely put that information in the description of the bio. We are grateful for you for extending that. And that's so sweet of you. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, guys, we're just going to take a quick break and we'll be back to wrap up the rest of the episode. Now, navigating to our resource center, we want to give you guys access to all these complimentary resources that we have available for you. We have our blog, book suggestions, our menstrual blood chart, exercise moves to kick cramps ass. We have recipes. We have reports. We have research studies that helps to prove how holistic approaches assist with achieving womb wellness. We have wellness tips, wellness referrals, so business organizations and individuals that we would like to refer to you that are our strategic partners, womb terminology. Maybe there's some womb options that you're not aware of. This can help you out. And lastly, yoga moves to help you kick cramps ass. Feel free to take advantage of this complimentary resource. All right, guys, now back to the show. Okay, guys, welcome back. We hope that you enjoyed that commercial. So we have had an amazing conversation today, but let's go ahead and get into the news, announcements, and events. We did mention to you that it is Menstruation Month and Women's Health Month. So we are doing a challenge all month long. We're going to be doing a giveaway each week in the month of May. So week 1, we're going to give away a cramp elixir. Week 2, we're going to give away our Goddess Bath Potion. Week 3, we're going to give away our KCA book, NNG's formula to kick cramps as a blueprint to naturally get rid of menstrual cramps. And then week 4, we're going to give away our KCA kit, which, includes our book, all of our products and services, along with all organic and natural menstrual hygiene products for you to use. So pads, we have disc, we have wipes, and we're going to have information cards, discounts, and more. And then all 4 weeks, for anybody that participated in any of the giveaway challenges, will be eligible for our grand prize, and we will be giving away a 3-month package for menstrual therapy. So it's going to have all type of coaching options. We're going to help you create meal plans for yourself. We're going to give you all the resources and tools you need to improve your menstrual cycle journey. So we're so excited about that. And then May 28th is Menstrual Hygiene Day. If you saw 2 weeks ago, we had our episode with Ina Jurga with the Menstrual Hygiene Day organization advocating for a period-friendly world, which is our theme for 2024. All right, guys. And we want to definitely check in with you, Whitney. Do you have anything coming up for the month of May or anything that you would like to promote to our listeners?
Yeah, so I do have a new product that I'm working on that I am getting ready to launch in the next week or so. It is a do-it-yourself vulva casting kit. So it's actually creating a vulva sculpture that would be from your own mold. And I have one here that I can show you. So they come out looking just so beautiful.
Ooh.
You can make your own. So I'll have the kit available online. I'm so excited about that. And that's just about loving and accepting and empowering our vulvas and yonis, wombs, all of it. So yeah, that's what I have. That's what I'm working on.
That's amazing. Yes, yes, yes. So we're definitely going to, again, include all of her information in the description of this episode, guys. Now, we're still accepting listeners' mail, so feel free to comment on this episode. Or if you would like a more personalized experience, you can email us at contact@kickcrampsass.org, and we'll put that information in the description of this episode. To recap, guys, we talked about menstrual blood art and womb manifestations with Whitney Jones with the Sacred Womb Connections. Be sure to like this podcast, share it with somebody that you feel like could resonate. Be sure to subscribe to our website where you can keep up with the latest news, events, and resources through our newsletter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel as we have additional resources and content for you there as well. But if there's not anything else, guys, we want to send gratitude out to all of you for tuning in. As always, we want to manifest a positive, productive, and peaceful remainder of your Menstruation Monday, and we hope that you have a great week ahead, and we'll be seeing you next Menstruation Monday. Peace.